Hello everyone, in this presentation, we are going to discuss the differences between Keynesian and Austrian economics. The Austrian school of economics emanated from the neoclassical school of economics. On the other hand, even though the Keynesian school of economics does incorporate many elements from the neoclassical economics, but it is also influenced by the socialist economic ideas prevalent in those times, whose other end of the spectrum was, of course, the Marxist school of thought. Since the genesis of Keynesian economics was during the Great Depression, its emphasis has been on demand. On the other hand, the emphasis of Austrian economics is on supply and productivity. Another key difference between the Keynesian and Austrian economics is that while Keynesian economics is classified as macroeconomics, since it deals with questions of demand, supply, etc., on an aggregate level of the economy, and also lays emphasis on the usage of quantitative tools to solve economic issues. The Austrian economics considers the difference between macro and micro as fallacious, as also the use of quantitative tools in economics, which it considers social science. However, what is the key difference in the economic philosophy of Keynesian and Austrian economics? Before contrasting that key difference between the Austrian and Keynesian schools of thought and economic philosophy, it is important to understand the economic business cycle. In the modern economy, where the money is fiat and credit-based, how is money created? Very simply, a person goes to the bank for a loan. The bank takes a collateral in form of an asset and voila. Money is created out of thin air. Now as the business of that person grows, and he sees more demand for his product, he approaches the bank for more loan. This time as a result of his successful business, he has bigger asset to offer the bank as collateral and thus, is able to get a bigger loan. And hence voila. More money is created in the economy. As the economic cycle matures, some of the investments that this person has made in his business doesn't fructify, and turns into a malinvestment. Also there can be scenario in which the money is invested in some real estate, or used for some consumption. That is, no real supply is increased in the economy. As a result, even as the money supply has increased in the economy, the supply hasn't, leading to inflation. However, this is just one half of the cycle. The loan borrowed from the bank has to be returned. And with the money lost in the business, due to business contraction or some due to other form of malinvestments, like investment in assets which now cannot be offloaded at the requisite price, as a result of which, the property is foreclosed, or due to money just simply spent away by the borrower in consumption. In either of these cases, the borrower is unable to return the money back to the bank, leading to write-offs and a deflationary cycle, thus leading to an economic slowdown and a recession. Now, with this economic cycle in mind, let's finally discuss the most fundamental difference between the Keynesian and Austrian economic philosophies. Now, the Keynesian school of thought suggests that to get out of the recession and on the path of economic growth, the government and central banks should intervene with a series of fiscal and monetary stimulus, that is, increasing the fiscal deficit and reducing the interest rates. This would kickstart the economy, use the ideal resources, increase demand, thus signaling the private sector to invest in growing more business, and hence then restart the economic business cycle once again. On the other hand, the Austrian school of economics is strictly against this very government and central bank interventions. It says that the malinvestments in the economy have to clear out in a natural market clearing fashion. Essentially, the process of creative destruction must take place, and any government or central bank intervention would hamper this process. As a result, the malinvestments would not clear out, or rather, increase, causing a bigger economic slowdown in the future. Apart other things like widening the wealth gap, inhibiting growth of new better companies to replace the old ones. In fact, the Austrian economics consider the intervention by government and central banks, which leads to false price and false incentive signals in the economy, becoming the reason for a big economic business cycles. And lastly, while Keynesian economics is quite comfortable with the use of fiat money, the Austrian economics in its philosophy against government intervention in the economy advocates the use of gold or some form of commodity-based money. Of course, now with the advent of digital currencies like Bitcoin, this is an entirely new area which might lead to development of some new economic school of thought. So thanks for watching this presentation. Do like and subscribe if you enjoy such content, and comment in case of any questions. Thanks.